What's up, y'all? Taylor Exchange here with another video. If you're new to the channel, I'm a part-time reseller in North Texas, and I'm here to show you how I make money selling things online. Today's video, I'm going to give you guys an insight into how I prep my shoes for sale. I've sold hundreds of shoes since last fall to this point today, and they are consistent sellers, and one of the reasons they do sell is because I clean every pair of shoe before I list them. Very rarely I come across a pair of shoes that doesn't need to be at the least just kind of rinsed off and get the dust off from sitting in somebody's closet or shelf for a long time. Now, why do I clean the shoes? Do you remember that time when you were younger and you wanted a new pair of shoes and you asked your parents, "Hey mom, hey dad, can you buy me a new pair of shoes?" And their response was, "Well, let's see if your older brother or sister has a pair you can wear. Mom, they're too big, they don't fit." Okay, well guess what? Grab a toothbrush and scrub them down a little bit and they're going to look like new again. That's exactly what I do, and that's how I sell these shoes online. I mean, you would be so surprised at how much better the shoes look whenever you just apply a little bit of soap, a little bit of water, nothing crazy. The photos that I take over there at my photo section, which I'm going to show you guys, I mean, it's a night and day difference. So I recommend anybody out there that wants to sell online like me, or maybe they just want to sell their shoes to somebody, clean them up, and I'm going to show you guys how. Stay tuned. So the first thing you guys are going to need is a bathtub full of dirty shoes that you are trying to resell. Next, you're going to need a couple of cleaning supplies. I'll start off with the toothbrush. Now, I use an old toothbrush every time I go to the dentist. I get a new one. However, I was talking to my dentist this morning about cleaning shoes on eBay, and she said I should get a toothbrush from Walmart that is meant to clean dentures. These toothbrushes, she say, are going to be a lot stronger than your typical toothbrush, and they should clean them up, so I may try that in the future. The next item I like to use is just a knife. You can use any sharp object. This is for picking rocks out and kind of scrubbing off a little bit of dirt before you get into washing it, because you want as little amount of dirt on the shoe as possible before you start getting it all wet. The next most important item is probably the soap. I just use any type of hand soap here. This is soft soap, lavender, and chamomile. I don't know. It smells pretty good. My wife got it, so that's what I've been using lately. Next, for your leather products, I use a leather cleanser. A lot of people go with like polishing and they go all out. I actually found this at a thrift store. It's meant to clean like sofas. However, I found on, leather items, it really brings out that shine. Kind of makes the leather look nice and new again. Now, this is the cloth I use. It's just a microfiber cloth. I use it with the conditioner. And lastly, I have a towel. I use this towel just because it gets kind of messy over here with the water, and I like to keep my area really clean while I'm doing it. And lastly, you need something you can wash your shoes in. I don't have a cold spigot because it broke and I never fixed it. However, I do have some running water here with the hot water, and that's going to work just fine. First up, we have this pair of Converse. Now, when it comes to Converse, definitely the toe is probably the first thing people see whenever you're wearing it and walking around. So that's what I'm going to use the magic eraser for. They clean the Converse up in seconds, and I'm going to show you guys how. You just get a little bit of water, kind of dap it out, then you just kind of start scrubbing on it. Let's give it a good scrub. The harder and faster you scrub, the quicker it's going to come off. Alright, so you can kind of already tell. I didn't even really hit it for too long, maybe like a minute, and it already has a drastic improvement. Now there's a little bit of black here on the inside. I'm going to probably try to use the magic eraser on those, and if that doesn't work, I'll have to go to the toothbrush. Okay, so it definitely brightened it up a little bit. There's still some spots here, but if you can see on the magic eraser, it already started tearing it up quite a bit. Now, I think these are about $3 or $4 for 3 pads. It could be $5, I'm not really sure. So I'll probably try to hit this one a little bit easier to see if I can just isolate the spots that are black. But I think I'm gonna give it another go with the magic eraser, and then I'll go to the toothbrush if that doesn't work. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, so that ended up working. You can see here, it looks a whole lot cleaner. And the other side really didn't have much. I'll probably just like wet it down, maybe give it like a couple wipes. But honestly, this is gonna pass for eBay quality on the photos. Now you can see here, there's a little bit of like a burr from the grass inside there. I'm just gonna grab the knife, and just kind of pop that thing out of there right there, and there you have it. I mean, this Converse is good to go. It went from sitting at the thrift store for $2 or $3 to being listed to $29.99, and I'll show you how I do the photos after this. All right, next item up, we have the Doc Martens, the slip-ons. These are the ones that had the cut in the leather. So for these, it's got a little bit of issues here on the soles as far as like some gum or possibly gunk in there. I'll just hit that with the knife right now and see if it'll come off relatively quickly. I'm not trying to spend too much time cleaning any one pair of shoes. I mean, these shoes are going to profit me anywhere from $8 to possibly, $20 or more, but you really have to value like how much time you want to spend actually digging in the cracks here, because at the end of the day, these are the soles of the shoe and people aren't really going to care about that. More importantly is these kind of marks you see on the leather. And that's when the leather conditioner comes in. So I'm going to give this thing a shake. So with this stuff, you just have to dab a little bit in there. Really not too much here. So we'll just start giving it a little clean right here. Okay, so if you can tell, it's darkened it up quite a bit. You can still see that line in there, and that's something I'm going to have to disclose in the listing whenever I list these. If I want to go an extra step, I could probably get a little bit of brown polish and kind of put it across here, and I may consider doing that, but for the sake of the video and y'all's time, I'm just going to move on to the next one. But that's kind of what I was getting at with the conditioner. It's clearly much darker and more presentable, and it'll show up in the photos the same way. We got a pair of Skechers here. This is a women's pair. It's got quite a bit of dirt on it and just kind of like scuffs, and they're all white. The bottoms, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about this, but I may just at least rinse it to see if some of that lightens up. And I'll show you what I do with the toothbrush here. So I just get it wet first. I don't know if you guys do this, but when you brush your teeth, do you wet your toothbrush first before putting the toothpaste on it? I think I've been doing that my whole life. I tried it probably when I was 8 or 9 without wetting it, and that's like a straight up caveman move. I mean, I don't know how people get on with not wetting the toothbrush before putting the toothpaste, but I'm not that guy. So we've got the soap here, the lavender. We're going to put like a tiny dab in here. And that's really all you need. So I'm going to start scrubbing this. I'm not really sure who told me about the toothbrush, but man, it works. Okay, so that's the side hitting it once. This is the dirty side. So not all of it came out, and I'm going to bring in the magic eraser to clean up the rest. Okay, now look at that. I mean, that is so white compared to what it was. I mean, just look at the back there. So these Skechers, I'll probably, if I want to sell them fast, I'll do $29.99, but I'm probably going to put these for a little more. I'll have to recheck the comps, but this is a great pair. So okay, so this is my photo section. I have two Christmas tubs that are my wife's, and then I have these two clip lights, one on either side. I've got these white tiles that I use, and then I have a backdrop, which is just photo paper from a big roll as a drop sheet from work. Now we have the clean Converse, and then we have the disgusting unclean Converse right there. I have these shoe inserts, which I recently broke the plastic on this one, so I taped it. But all you're really going to see is the metal part here, and it's going to make the shoe look a lot better. So first up, we're going to just, look at the shoe here. So I take all my shoes at this 3/4 angle, and if I were to take it like this, I don't think anybody would buy these shoes. It looks terrible. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks whenever I turn the lights on, and then whenever I turn on, or whenever I put in the inserts. So this is what it looks like whenever the lights are on. And I put the inserts in, and I decided just to do a regular bow tie on this whenever I'm tying the shoes. I consider double knotting it, but in the end, I think most people will wear them like this. I could possibly tuck them in, and that might look a little bit better. But this is always going to be the first photo that I do for the shoes. Now, a lot of things that you want to do when you're listing is make things as easy as possible. So what I do is I try to list them in the order that they'll be uploaded whenever I upload them to the listing. So the first photo is always going to be this one right here, and that's the first one I take. Next one, I usually take one of the back, and I come down at this angle here, and I like to get that shot. That. Okay. So that's the next picture I take. That's actually usually the second one because people really care about the bottoms. But with like flats, I mean, it may not be that big a deal. Now from here, I usually put one shoe out of the way, and I turn this one for the 3/4 angle. The next shot is right here on the side, and I would turn it all around and pretty much do it in reverse. So this is roughly like how long it takes whenever I'm doing it. Except having two hands, it goes a lot faster when I have to record. But I try to hit that shot, fill as much of the camera shot with the shoe as possible, so that people can really zoom in whenever they're on the app and they're trying to see it. Any imperfections you want to list as well. Now from here, after getting those 11 shots, and get as close as possible. I don't know if it's going to focus in on it. No, it doesn't look like it's going to on the video, but I try to keep my fingers out of it. I don't know. I think that's weird. But in the end, that's kind of what you're going to get. But just look at the difference from having an insert. I think I paid $2 for these shoe inserts, and I mean, it's a drastic difference. Like, I think you can clearly see why the $2 shoe that was sitting at Goodwill isn't going to sell compared to the cleaned up shoe with the insert that I'm going to list for about $30, $35. I mean, that's definitely going to sell. All right, secret's out. That's pretty much what I do on every single pair of shoes. Like I said, I try not to spend more than 1 minute on any one pair of shoes unless it's something really valuable and you want to kind of get your most bang for the buck. But if you want to copy me, go ahead. I mean, I did this because I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I pretty much found what works for me, Picking up the toothbrush, the soap. Like, you don't have to go crazy expensive with your cleaning supplies. You just have to do something to make the shoe look a lot better. And, mainly the photos, like whether it's soap, magic eraser, conditioner, whatever you guys need to do, get your pictures to that level, and then your customers are going to like it. I haven't had any negative feedbacks. I have hundreds of positive feedbacks, and people are still buying these shoes used. So go out there, clean some shoes, sell some shoes. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment below if there's anything I can improve on or anything you guys might have picked up on that I can improve on. I'd love to hear feedback from you guys. All right, stay tuned for the next one. Bye.